This is a meeting or hearing of the Criminal Injuries Compensation Commission, May 3rd, 2024. Time is a little bit after 2:15, and we are going to begin our live hearing via YouTube. First thing I'd like to do is call this hearing to order. We have a request of each commissioner to identify themselves for the record, starting tonight.
Lisa Flores, present.
Holly White, Chrysostom, present.
Elizabeth Barrett Anderson, chair, present. We do have a forum. Commissioner Mediola, Denise Mediola was unable to attend. And you will begin the first or second item on the agenda, which is compliance with the open government. And we have asked Imogene to provide that.
The meeting and agenda were posted in the Guam Daily Post on April 26, 2024, and May 1st, 2024, and further posted on the Office of the Attorney General website, as well as the Government of Guam Public Notices portal, as required by law. This meeting is being live streamed on YouTube channel.
Thank you very much, Imogene. Minutes were forwarded to each of the commissioners by Imogene previous to this hearing. It would be the minutes of our March 1st hearing. And commissioners, they had an opportunity to look through those minutes. The portion regarding the rules is fairly cryptic. It is quite complicated. What I do recommend, if anyone wants a greater understanding of the minutes regarding the approval of the rules, is to review the YouTube portion of the rules and regulations, as well as actually that's the best, right? To go to the YouTube, and in conjunction with the minutes that we have right here from Energy, that makes a lot more sense. Right, Commissioner, do you need a little bit more time to review the March 1st minutes?
Motion to approve, subject to corrections.
I second the motion.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded, and are there any objections? Being none, the minutes of March 1st, 2024 were required. Thank you very much. We're on to new business now. We have, and we always like to hear the current status of our Criminal Injuries Compensation Program fund and the fund level. And Jean, do we have any communications from the Attorney General's Office Administration on our fund level?
I don't have any communication as of the current date. We do only have the fund level as of the prior date of February 27, 2024, which is the 1.235591.32 amount.
And that was the same amount that was reported on March 1st.
Correct.
I think some commissioners are aware, and maybe Imogene can explain, that the Department of Administration continues to work out the glitches, I guess, in its new financial system. Can you give us some update on that's going?
I believe that is still the case, Your Honor. And the reason behind not getting the most updated funding amount is because I believe our office hasn't been able to, I guess, confirm on our part. And so we don't want to state the funding amount and not be accurate.
Okay, so that's been over 60 days, right? 60 days that we've not been able to get a clear picture of the CICC fund. Again, I'm going to remind the commissioners that it is a protected fund. I don't think we are the only ones concerned. Who read the news or keep up with the news. Several government entities, as well as some senators, are concerned about how the transition to a new financial system for the Department of Administration is going. One of my concerns is, and Energy, tell me if I'm correct, we're not able to confirm whether our awards have, checks have been cut for the awards that we made in September, is that correct?
I need to. I did receive some checks that were actually dispersed. So from the September 30th hearing, there are 2 checks pending, and those are two specific applicants. The other checks for the agencies has been processed to them. And we're still pending 3 checks from the March 1st hearing, which were the 3 awards that were awarded.
So all the awards, whether they're September 2023 or March 2024, have been processed through the Attorney General's office. They are down at the Department of Administration.
Yes,
And you said some checks have been dispersed to government agencies. Some are still pending to the individuals.
correct. So for the September 30th hearing, we had both checks awarded to individual applicants as well as agencies. And the agency checks have been distributed. We are just waiting for 2 of the applicant checks. And then for the March 1st hearing, one, the GRMC and then 2 applicants, and all 3 are pending. So we have a total of 5 awards pending.
Good job, Energy. Thank
Well,
you
it's
for
our
researching. Thank you for and the follow through is phenomenal. I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
And I know it's very time consuming. But thank you, and thank the accounting section of the Attorney General's office for their calling and getting the information down to you and then onto the commission. Well, that makes me feel good. And, hopefully we can get the last balance of the checks.
Yeah, so because of the, I guess, my inability to confirm or our office's inability to confirm the fund level, I went ahead and created a chart on the following page under the financial for the actual COPA awards. So it give a breakdown of what we actually, and this is strictly the COPA compensation side. And so we are currently using 2021 funding. Use the initial amount of 82,000, but I confirmed that the balance we have on that is actually the 47,000. $54.24.
Is there a timeline that these funds need to be used? Is there a 3-year timeline? So you use the earliest and sort of get the money out of that before you get to the most current.
Yes, Your Honor, and so we are currently using 2021 funding, and that is set to expire this September. And so, given today's awards and maybe one more hearing with awards before then, I'm very hopeful that we will do that.
Exhausted.
Yes.
The other 2019 and 2020 are exhausted.
Correct.
You gave me some good news in some earlier discussions during Farmington's celebration this month that we were very happy and surprised for 2024 to receive $53,000 in compensation. We weren't expecting very much. If you see in 2023 was only 13,000. And lo and behold, it came to 53,000 to the program, that's awesome.
Yes, so, and just to let the commissioners know that the grant proposals for this FY 2024 amount, it's going to be due at the end of May. So we would have, well, I will have 2 different deadlines at the end of May. And that's for this 2024 funding unit.
Is there anything the commission needs to do for you, or this is administrative to the Attorney General's office?
I believe so.
And the agent signs off.
Yes, and that's of course you want to.
No. I leave it all to the Attorney General, and past Attorney Generals have done the same thing.
Yes.
Get great people like you, Energy,
Oh, thank
do
you.
all the federal programs, paperwork, and you sign off on it and get it done. So we are a healthy program fund.
Can I just get clarification on how the total is? Because I wasn't quite sure.
I'm sorry, yes. So, we have exhausted years 2019 and 2020 funding. We are currently using the remainder balance of $47,054.24 in the FY 21 funding.
And that needs to be used by September.
Yes. And so if you add FY 2021, which we are on now, the FY 2022, which we will get onto next, and FY 2023, the balance will come out to the 105.
So not including the 2024 yet.
No, we're gonna apply for that this May and then anticipate getting that.
Okay, thank you for doing that.
And because there is a timeline for expenditure of the federal compensation grants, we have as a commission and the Attorney General have prioritized for medical awards, use of federal compensation, because medical awards are usually the largest, so we can show that we are in fact using their grants for making further awards. And our local budget being used for other miscellaneous, such as funerals and the other miscellaneous expenses. So we've tried to prioritize the use of the federal funds first. Are there any other questions to Energy on the fund program? I mean, the fund, okay, if not, item D on new business is the 2024 annual report and our FY 2025 budget preparation. And we sent out, I sent the letter to the Attorney General.
Yes. So you're going to.
Now that is item D. You have it in here?
Yes, it is. We just jumped on from B.
You know, I probably might do that, does that to me. I go from, I don't know my A, B's, and C's. Let me go back to C, which is after B, right, Lloyd?
Well, I was gonna say point of order, Your Honor, but I figure you're the chair, you wanted to go directly to D.
You know, they're lines on,
I just assume that, you're the chair.
you know, I like to go in order.
Order, good.
C.
Now that I know.
I gotta go back to my A, B, and C is after B. All right, that is the 2024 amendments to the CICC rules and regulations, providing for the update of our rules and regulations and promulgations under PL 37 dash.
Point of order, Your Honor. We skipped item B. C, B comes before C.
Resign.
Right, that's a friendly.
Resign. All right, the 2024 Office of Victims of Crime, the annual conference, we briefly talked about this last meeting. And it is in August. Energy, remind the commissioners when and where.
So the conference is set for August 5th through 8th, 2024 in New Orleans. And this is the annual VOCA conference.
Commissioners, I had indicated previously that I would be going. If any of the commissioners want to go, I will make the request for the Attorney General. In the local budget, I did request for FY 2024 travel money from the general fund for a commission. And we also do have federal funding for energy to go. I don't know the status of the Attorney General's office local budget. That money is in a big pot. So I have to request for approval from the Attorney General to send a commission. So if anyone's interested, if no one's interested, then that local money will just stay in the pot of the Attorney General's office, and that's out for September 30th. And we will use the federal money. I'm going to ask the Attorney General definitely to send energy to. I heard you.
I will I mean, I'll be interested because I will be heading to the National Sexual Assault Conference, which is in DC, which is, I think, after this week. So I'll be going then for 2 weeks, so I'll be gone from the fifth. If I go through this, I'll be gone to fifth to the eighth, and then stay there and head to DC for the National Sexual Assault.
Who funds your travel for the sexual assault?
I'm assuming it will be go on coalition, and I'm assuming that because it hasn't yet been decided. But they normally would be the ones to fund that.
Would it be inappropriate for us to figure it out when?
In fact, I inquired from the coalition, we can work together so that perhaps we can share the costs, so that because I'm going to be out there,
Yes.
they'll either just pay the remaining or vice versa. If I'm gonna go on the coalition side, then we'll just pay from your needs to.
So a shared cost between the Office of the Attorney General,
Correct.
CICC program, and the coalition and sexual assault. All right. Violet, I'm gonna draft a memorandum to the Attorney General requesting approval for you to go under local funding, half shared with the coalition.
I understand, Your Honor, that there's a survey that needs to be done, but I think it was only up to March 31st that survey was open. So I'm not sure if we have to register then, or if that survey has to be done prior. Because the conference is still waiting approval from DOJ, and so it hasn't yet been concluded that they're going to happen. But in anticipation of that approval, that's why they're just doing like a head count.
Is it, I think this is a good count survey.
That's why that head survey.
Imaging your thoughts on it.
Yes, so they had a headcount survey that was on that March 31st, and I believe that we still can add, but I can reach out to Jalila and inquire further.
I think we just reach out to our both
Jalila,
to get more confirmation.
yes.
All right, thank you very much. Great to have both of you there. On it, what's new?
Yeah.
And hopefully the news is good, like, that Denise had brought back, and I think on the national level, that the level of funding will just drastically dropped throughout the nation. So we were actually surprised that the 50,000 came in. So maybe there's some good news on the horizon, and bring back to the territories. A, D, C. 2024 amendments to the CICC rules and regulations, as updated by Public Law 37/40. The packet was sent to the Attorney General's office, and what I mean by the packet is under my signature. I forwarded to the Attorney General sometime in April. The clean copy of the rules and regulations as we have adopted on March 1st, along with the requirements under the administrative adjudication law. That includes a transcript of the meeting. It includes energy reminder, the transcript, the digital CD copy.
Yes.
What I'm seeing.
The draft letter to the legislature.
And the draft letter to the legislature. I also have a draft letter for the Attorney General to the governor, requesting the governor's approval, which is required. What occurred is that Attorney Moreland acted very, very promptly on it. And the letters were sent concurrently by him requesting approval of our rules, both to the Speaker of the Legislature and to the governor. I've been informed by President Shapiro that the letter to the Speaker was a bit premature, and that we needed to have the governor first approve our rules. So I'm going to see if I can contact the legal staff of the governor's office, and that they can get the approval of the governor to the attorney general. That approval of the governor will then be repackaged by Attorney General Norman to Speaker Monterlafi. And then our rules and regulations will be officially filed under the administrative communication law. And the process continues within the legislature, a 75-day process in which the fall legislature will hold a public hearing on the rules and get it on to approval. So we were quite fast in doing that. But I'd rather, we had to actually, General Moylan had to retract his letter to the speaker, because once his letter goes down, at 75 days starts to click. And we have yet to receive governor's approval. So that 75 days will restart again, and once we get the governor's approval and we repackage the entire letter from Attorney General Moylan to the speaker. And then it goes on from there. Okay, D. 2024 annual report and the FY 2025 budget preparation. Emma I sent the Attorney General also a request in, was that March?
Yes.
Our report. And the report, I hope you all received a copy of that report. It's the report to the legislature, as well as it gives the governor information on our last. And it's an annual report, it's not a fiscal year. So from all of 2023, how many applications we had, what's the fund balance, how many applications were denied, approved, the types of applications, the types of crimes upon which those applications were predicated. All that report went down to the legislature and to the governor, and we requested, as we discussed in March 1st, that our budget request for FY 2025 would be a digital preparation. I've not heard back from the Attorney General, but I understand next week, May 13th, is the oversight hearing for the Attorney General's office on their budget. I'm going to be down there. If the senators have any questions about our budget, then I'll just say it's, you know, I have not sent any request to the governor to fill the vacancies. It's I need to get around to it. If you know of anyone, please get me a name, and if that person is interested, then I can send a letter to the governor saying, Governor, we have one more vacancy. This is an individual that has expressed interest to the commission and the commissioner. Makes it easier, I think, for the governor to have a name. And I haven't got the name, but let me know.
You want us to email that, or
Give me a call. And let me know what this individual has expressed. I don't want to set up a name also that might have some difficulty with. And so we can discuss who that might be. Oftentimes you don't want to put a name down to the governor until you know it's going to make it. You don't want to send a name, and unfortunately that type of a company. Right. Let's do some more. Would you like to be a subcommittee?
sure.
We're supposed to have lunch too sometimes.
I believe my application is
Oh, yes.
submitted, right?
Yes, that is correct. We had it emailed and I have the dates, but we also had it hand delivered because we needed to include both your clearances.
Well, we haven't heard from the governor's center nomination. And
I have not heard.
well, there's several things we need to talk to.
That's the challenge we just did. I can't recall. Do I usually get like an email then? Or you guys get notified for it?
The governor will send you the original letter of your nomination. I think it's just a matter of the paperwork and how the, and really taking phone calls, say, get back.
Since it's given the summer coming up, and so kind of coordinate.
For your,
Whatever I
hear, yes.
Address it when we get to that.
I mean, Mike, if I can get an audience with the government, then I'm just 10 minutes on the department.
Sure.
So we can get this. I don't want you to be your ass, you be my nomination. We'll do it for you. Let me try to get an appointment in the government for two things, a vacancy and then secondly. Dr. Torres's renomination. And with that, I don't have any other items on the agenda. We are kind of limited by open government as to what we can further discuss. But if there are no other questions on the new business agenda, we will now recess the live broadcasting in order to resume the adjudication hearing and the closed portion of the CICC's hearing to consider adjudication of applications. One question to Will. Will, is there anybody in the chat room? Is that how you call it?
We have two applicants in the waiting room.
Oh,
Uh,
but nobody in the chat room on the open portion.
Let's take a look. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with that, we are now, please, we'll wait for your call and